Me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little, I don't even know the words. I'm trying to think of the words. Little ones, little ones. Nah, man. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady who?
Oh, you can yodel too? That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? Okay. You silly. All right. Welcome to Birthing Purpose with Lana. Today we have comedian KWebb. He is an actor, writer, musician of 9 instruments, you all. He's also a singer and a poet. He has worked with some of the greatest comedians. He's performed 9 years at the Comedy Zone in Florida. Welcome, comedian KWebb.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So we met in a very interesting way. Well, it wasn't that interesting. I just searched out Christian comedians and you answered the call.
I popped up.
And so you called and immediately God just began to do
click.
Something. Yeah. Some of the things that was on your mind, on my mind. Yeah, right?
This connection has been crazy. It's mad orchestration.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's been great. God's definitely been doing I think it's been therapeutic.
Very, very much so. Lots of laughter.
Lots of laughter. Yeah.
Lots of reflection and healing. It's been, I mean, we talked on the phone for like 8 hours the first time we met.
It was not 8 hours. No, but for a long time, definitely. Yeah. And it was just ironic that you were questioning God about purpose. And not that you don't know your purpose, but the next steps. And then
Correct.
Here I come, just written a book on purpose. And it was like, what? Huh? So it was good. It was good. So, have you always been funny?
I have been always funny. From crawling to now, I've been funny in some capacity. It's what I do.
Yeah. So, did you know that you wanted to be a comedian?
No. I actually, I think the early days, it started out with us after church, after you go to church and we was doing the act outs, we was emulating what we saw people doing. So my church service began with my brother and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Then we had the shouting, who could shout the best contest. Those kind of things. So yeah, this just happened.
So what did you think you were gonna do? It wasn't just like to be funny, it was just organic situations, just being funny. But what did you think you were gonna do?
Entertain. I was going. In what capacity?
Yeah.
I just was going. I don't know. I was going to moonwalk on water and pop popsicles at the same time. I don't know. It was just going to happen. Something was going to happen. I come from a musically inclined family, a very spiritually based family, large family. We kind of like the Winans and the Wayans put together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right. So you did, but comedy wasn't it. It was more probably music, acting, that kind of thing.
More so music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like all my aunts and uncles can sing. all my brother and sisters, they sing, they can play instruments. My grandfather played 16 instruments fluently, 16. He could just switch out. And my dad was a choir director. My mom was a choir director and a singer. So it was just, you know.
Let me hear you do a little something, something.
Let's see.
Something for me.
Wow. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a song. Well, you really caught me on this. Give me a song.
Jesus loves me.
Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little, I don't even know the words. I'm trying to think of the words.
Me either.
Little ones. Nah, Jesus, little one, Jesus. I don't know. Church. That's all I know. Take them to church. Don't do me like that.
That's a shame. That's a classic. I don't remember the words either.
I gotta go look at my Be Like Little Jesus Shoes song. You put.
They are weak, but he is strong.
Yes, Jesus. Somebody grandmama sitting back there like, that's a shame. Her stockings rolled down at the kneecap. That's a shame. Yeah. Somebody got long barrettes. That's a shame. For the Lord. Listen to it. She got a mouth. She got a pocketbook full of sucked on peppermints. She mad right now.
That's a shame.
I know. Don't call me up. Don't call me. Just Jesus.
So at what point did you say, I'm going to be a comedian? Like, I'm going to pursue this.
So one of the things what happened was I was in Jacksonville or Florida, and I was doing a lot of Christian spoken word events and stuff at a place called the Fruit Loop, which was a Christian like nightclubish kind of setting. Where they were doing a lot of concerts and launches and stuff like that. So sometimes, during a poetry set, it'd be lulls and stuff in the in the poetry. And I was hosting, so I would be making fun of stuff, and it kept clicking. So somebody's like, you should be a comedian. And I'm like, no, because people not gonna laugh at me in my life. I'm not gonna do that. And then I remember a couple days later, I was looking through the newspaper, and there was an advertisement for coming to learn how to do comedy. And I was like, Lord, is that a sign? Is this what? So I called, and they were like, yes, come to the class, come check it out. And I did that, and I had a lot of favor. I paid my $200 for the class. It was a 6-week class or whatever. And at the end of the class, you had to do a 5-minute performance. And if you were liked, then they asked you to come back. And it was so crazy that during that time period, the owner of the club took a liking to me. My story about being a minister, being a teacher, and everything. He was like, this is a whole different angle. And I was clean. And he was like, man. And so I was in the newspaper and all this other stuff. And it was that was my launching pad. And a guy that was there that night of my show, after I got a good performance, he took me and was like, listen, come ride with me. A guy by the name of Tony Harris, and he well-known Comic View and all this other stuff. And we rode out, and he took me to my first show and introduced me to what would become my big brother in comedy, a guy by the name of Funny Bone, Albert Harris, and who put me on my first big show. So not even doing comedy, after my first 5 minutes, I was already launched out into the stratosphere.
Wow.
So the favor was there.
Wow, I didn't even know it was comedy school. I didn't know it was I haven't never heard. Yeah. I just thought people are naturally funny and you just do it. Like, I didn't know it was actual school, but it makes sense because there's school for all the spiritual gifts that come naturally within you. So it's not, you have it, it's just like
being nurtured.
Yeah, nurtured. And then I remember you telling me that there is like a format for comedy. like
right.
and knowing what
It's
that format is.
Yeah, so with comedy, you know what I'm saying? Like, it even though it looks like it's all natural and organic, there's a lot of preparation in it to look like you are doing it in the moment. You know, and then there's times in the show where you organic, you just going off the crowd, you're going off of what you see.
Right.
So when you're well prepared, almost like a minister, if the anointing flows and you got to lay hands on the lady with the crooked wig and set her straight, then you know what I'm saying, you just flow with the anointing and come back to what, okay, God use me, then you right back. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps you have that solid foundation with a lot of flexibility to flow however he chooses to move in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're out there and you're trying to make it, big in the comedy scene. Was there ever any pressure for you to not keep it clean? Feeling like, shoot, it seems like you get ahead further if you're raunchy, you're cussing, you're talking about sex, da 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 da. Did you ever feel that pressure to switch?
Yes, I felt the pressure, and in a couple instances I gave in to the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it is not that I was raunchy or did anything like to that nature or to debauchery or whatever, but talking about riskier subjects, and so, but I think one of two things that happened that were very much a blessing to me. One of my guys who came in after me, he used to get up and he'd talk about strippers and cocaine or whatever all the time. And the jokes would be kind of crazy. We would have workshop and so I would be like, yo, you should try this, you should try that. And he's like, he came to me one day and he's like, hey, KWebb, I know you're a Christian. Why are you always helping me with my jokes? You know what I'm saying? He's like, especially because they're about strippers and stuff like that. And I said, listen, I said, man, your jokes are funny. Funny's funny. I said, but only thing that is different between you and I is when I look at you, I see me without God. So I can't pass judgment on you, just like I wouldn't want God to pass judgment on me. Only thing I can do is help guide you and show you the light and hope that, whatever changes that needs to be happening in your personal life, that God would do it. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to 2020, and he had gone through some transitions and different trajectories and had gone through some really painful stuff. And this year he got his breakthrough from a relationship that we had started back then. It's been over 10 years or 9 years or whatever. And off of drugs, off of alcohol, off, saying his life has totally been changed around, and he gives God credit for it.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he couldn't have done it without God. So you plant a seed today,
right?
Tomorrow, over time, the increase of the watering of that, you don't know what that's going to happen in someone's life. Yeah. So that was one thing major that God showed me about comedy. And the second thing was I met a lady after I'd been doing comedy for a while, and she was coming up to her birthday, and she hadn't spoken to her mother in 15 years through a family rift. And I had given her some tickets for the show. And she asked me, she called me the day of the show, and she said, hey, my brother told my mom about me having the comedy show birthday party. Do you have one more ticket? And I told her, you can bring as many people as you want. I'll get them all in free. Her mom came. And because of the material that I covered, it was the catalyst to breaking down that 15-year rift of them not speaking. And it made them laugh and joke. And it brought them together. So I was like, wow, God is using comedy, the foolish things, to confound the wise. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so that was like, oh, I see. And I'm thankful that I could be a part of that process.
Yeah. So yeah, our purpose is really to serve other people. Whatever God has called us to do, it should be to serve other people. And it seems like you get a joy out of making people laugh.
Yes.
Because you throw ministry in it as well.
Definitely.
And you got a calling on your life beyond.
Correct. And so it allows me to operate in all the gifts. Like, you know what I'm saying? And as I give it to God, he can do whatever he wants to do, how he chooses to do it.
So you gotta make sure you invite me to your first sermon, because I know it's gonna be funny that you preach. You're gonna be the funniest preacher, pastor out there. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. But is there pressure for you to be funny? Do you feel that pressure on you? Like, say you meet a lady and she knows you're a comedian and do you feel the pressure to make people laugh all the time?
No, no, not me at all.
Because I've heard comedians say that, like, they think I'm supposed to be always hee hee ha 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 all the time, and it's just not like that. As a matter of fact, some of them are like miserable off the stage, and they only get laughter when they're on stage. You know, it's like their medication for them.
I hope not to be the old man curmudgeon. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. You know, there's that person on stage or that you see at a show cannot be the person home or in the quiet time, because that's a character. KWebb is a character. There's elements of me in that character.
I was gonna say,
but
yeah,
I can't be him
right
at home. I would drive somebody crazy. You know what I'm saying? They be like, yeah, no. And I think that is, I think someone told me, if you try to be that person in your personal life, you're subject to drive yourself crazy, because you will tear up everything that you have that is of substance, because that's not who you really are. That's just an exaggerated version or perspective.
Did you see that video I sent you on Will Smith?
I was watching it and I was almost in tears.
I was crying the whole thing.
I was halfway or 45 minutes into it, like the 3/4 of the way into it. Yeah, that was powerful.
That was powerful, but you know, comedy was like a defense mechanism for him, like a shield against his abusive dad. And I think a lot of times some people may use comedy or, you know, joking a lot to kind of cover who they really are and how they really feel. And I'm glad that through the years, and he said hours and hours of therapy, that he's able to be the authentic Will, and everything is just not covered by the jokes.
Right.
And having to feel the need to perform to feel safe or to make everybody happy and get everybody's approval. Yeah.
I think that's where creative people, whether it's singing, you know, you see them go into deeper things because they can't cut it off. You know, they get caught up in the it's a high, it's a euphoria, right? You know, and so then they're not serving the true purpose in that moment, which leads them to other things, and then they have this whole roller coaster circular life thing that happens because they're trying to be famous when you don't have to be famous at home or in their private life. You know.
But that's the only thing that kind of helped him is when people were laughing, then abuse wasn't happening.
Right. It becomes it's a two-edged sword. It becomes a powerful tool in one aspect.
Yes.
But then that's the other side of it that could cause harm if it's not used correctly. You know.
Right. So who are your comedian mentors?
Or mentors or people I love?
That you like, you know, kind of study them, learn from them, you love them, whatever,
Earthquake is one of my favorites that I kind of pattern myself after. Don DC Curry. If you ever see me perform, I love Don DC Curry's rants where he just keep punching you in the face with the jokes, and it don't give you a chance to breathe. He don't let up off the throttle. So I love that because I'm like, keep them, dizzy them, make them. I want somebody to pee on themselves, you know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I want them to feel like they got to go to the bathroom, like, oh, Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I kind of push my comedy. The wit, I would say, the wittiness of Fred Red Fox, and others, Bill Cosby, you know, the storytelling. So I pattern and weave that into, I look at their styling and I'm like, okay, how do I make that mine? Right. And so I look for the nuances and their patterns. And I'm like, okay, now let me create it for me, you know, so in my craft.
So starting out, did you have some shows that bombed where it was discouraging and you're like, maybe this is not really for me?
So I have not really had the bomb. I've had some questionable, no, that's not good. I've had some questionable performances, but not really a bomb where I'm like, oh, I could have done, I'm my biggest critic, right? And I learned early on that you have to record yourself and you have to watch your painful, oh goodness. I was like, oh, you were horrible, bruh. You know, so, and they laughed, they still laughed. How did you do that? You know, but bombing is needful because it helps you, one, it keeps you grounded, it keeps you humble, and it keeps you working on finessing to find what can I do better. And I'm that kind of comic. I want to be a household name, but I'd rather you have an experience that you can walk away with and be like, you know, that boy said that was funny, you know what I'm saying, and have that takeaway.
So anyone watching that wants to be a comedian, what are the steps that you would suggest they take to getting in this business?
I would suggest that they, you know, one, study one of their favorite comics, you know, and see what's funny about them that they can attribute or equate to their funny. And then read a couple books on how to craft material, and how to put it together. Stage presence is something that you'll learn. I get nervous all the time, you know what I'm saying? Because I put a lot of pressure on, I want to do well for the audience. And go from there. But when I perform in front of churches or whatever, excuse me, church people don't let you fail necessarily. Not well, yes, they will. I take that back. Church people hard, you know what I'm saying? You know.
They won't let you fail in comedy.
Right. They'll let you fail in comedy. They'll talk about you like he wasn't really funny. Pastor funnier than him. You know what I'm saying?
They will let you fail in comedy. Okay.
Mother Oil over there, you know what I'm saying? She real, you know, she real funny. Mother Oil, you know. But go with your funny, go with your anointing, go with where your greatest gifting is, and just do it to the best of your ability. Like go hard.
Has your family been supportive of this journey?
Yes. It has been interesting. My dad is one of my biggest supporters. My mom has never been to one of, well, yes, she did. She saw me perform at church after her stroke. But before, you know, she didn't really know. And because of her stroke, she don't really get out that much. Okay. So she was able to see me perform in my church for Watch Night one year. And that was a huge crowd. But my dad has been one of my biggest supporters. He got me my first comedy book, which he told me to use the jokes out of that. And I was like, Dad, I can't do that because I'll be hacked and they will laugh me out of town. So
Pastor Webb, right? Pastor Webb? Yeah. You a PK kid. You PK kid. Woo!
Yeah.
PK kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of jokes about that, you know.
Okay. So they've been very supportive of you. That's good. Yeah. So were there any roadblocks at all? Because it just seems like you've had favor and you've just been flowing in this thing. I don't hear any roadblocks or anything. It's like
roadblocks to doing comedy.
Or you're, you know.
Yeah. So there's, I think the biggest thing is knowing what if there is a roadblock is knowing what not to go into. Like there's just some no-nos that I don't do. I don't cross the line.
So those are restrictions. So things that you've had to cut out to make sure that your purpose goes the way God. When what are those?
Yeah.
What are the restrictions to this pregnancy, so that you don't abort it?
One is, you know, you can make fun of things that happen, but you don't make fun of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't, because I don't know how close blasphemy is to joking, okay, but I just don't want to be struck in the head with a lightning strike.
Right.
For telling a joke and then I wake up dead in hell. You know what I'm saying?
People be making fun of God. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, see, I'm like, I mean, I talk about the first barbecue in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk about that.
Right. What's up with Black Jesus? Have you seen that? That show, Black Jesus.
See, I'm not playing around. I know Jesus was black. You know what I'm saying? I know Jesus was black.
But Jesus, he smoked weed. He cussed.
See.
But he healed everybody in the neighborhood. But he smoked, cussed.
I'm not playing with God like that. I'm like,
that is not.
That ain't really Black Jesus. That's Black Jose from the hood. That's who that is. Yeah. Black Jose. That's Black Joshua. That's Black Joshua. Black Joshua. I mean, you know, God can use a donkey. You know what I'm saying? Right. If God can use a donkey, he can use Black Joshua, aka Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't play around with no high Jesus. You know, you mess around and ask the high Jesus to touch your eyesight, you might get more than 20/20 vision. I'm just saying. It's
and you know my least favorite comedian.
Listen.
I'm sorry, that dude is dark. He take comedy to the gutter, hell, to the pits of hell. That's some dark comedy, man. I can't do. I don't talk about call folks' name out, but I'm sure a lot of people know who this. I mean, Listen, woo!
I love that brother. I just posted a picture. Of him and I from like 6 or 7 years ago today. I didn't even think about it.
You posted it where?
On my Facebook. It's me and CH. You know what I'm saying? Look, I call him CH. Don't do that. I love that brother. Me and CH at the Comedy Zone in Florida.
Let me see. I'm gonna show your page anyway. He is.
Hey, that brother's prolific. I love CH.
That's my least favorite comedian. So the baby is sick. A lot of babies are sick. A lot of businesses are sick during this pandemic, you know? So how have you made adjustments?
So I've done a couple shows on Zoom. I don't preferably like them, you know, because this is one of the last art forms that you have to do live to get that instant feedback and to have a lot of punch. Now it's different than having a taping and then replaying that taping. Like Kevin Hart just did his taping at his house, which was a beautiful thing. And I enjoyed it. A lot of people don't like the content that he just did, but I think it was well done, you know, and it came across real well, real genuine. So with that being the case, comedy is satire. Comedy is criticizing and poking fun at stuff that we are holding to be true and showing the differences in viewpoints freely in a witty way. And so if we don't have that dialogue, it's an interesting mix if we don't.
So what's the future for KWebb? What should we expect?
So we're working on a television series that I'm trying to get produced. Coming out of this pandemic, I should have my scripts ready to go and ready to hire some actors. I'm acquiring equipment. And so my production company is going to be up and running. Well, it's already up and running, called Fulfilled Promises, LLC. And so I got the comedy television series coming out of that too. I have a play that I'm working on. That's going to be very powerful. It's called A Letter to My Son. And it talks about a lot of different things that I've gone through. and it's set on a premise of reaching back before the end of life, and bringing different generations together.
Put me in all of it.
You there, you know, and
no,
hopefully.
I know. Let me be the assistants on the set. The set assistant.
Listen, the way you work can make things happen. Yes, that is a yes.
I don't know about all that. I just like the arts.
Yes.
And
yes,
I'd love to come and be the assistant on the set.
You're there.
Help however
So
I
a lot of.
Okay. I can't hear you. You're muted. Hello?
Okay, I'm there now. My mama was calling in. I was like, oh. I gotta decline my mama call. I gotta, Lord G, pray for me right now. What you decline my call for? I was taping, mama. I was taping this.
All right. So wait, want us to show your Facebook page real quick? Or no?
Yes, definitely.
You want to?
Yeah.
Okay, let's share my screen. Can you see it?
I can't see nothing yet. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. There it is.
Wait.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm at the top. Where are we at?
What we call the method.
Wait, hold on. I don't know who's those three people. I can't really see them.
That was a play I was in called Fire and Ice, and we were in Little Rock, and that's the producer and the MD. And that's a beautiful play that we got to go back and do. We went to Little Rock and did an awesome job. Fire and Ice was about a family that had some issues, and I played the youngest son in the play who finds out some stuff about his family that nobody wants to find out.
Oh, okay. Don't tell no more.
Yes, that was a teaser.
All right, where'd you post?
When did I post?
No, where's your picture? You say you posted a.
Oh, it's on my main page. It's on my main page with me and Corey Holcomb. That's me performing here in Detroit. Yeah.
This is still the play?
That's the cast of the play. The other one is me performing here in Detroit with Mike Larry and some other comedians who are awesome.
And it is under, so they can check it out, comedian KWebb.
Yeah, go in there and check out my grandmama. She crazy.
Where your grandma?
My grandmama really is not alive no more, but I still talk about her.
With the one where you do the wig. Let me go to your regular page. It's
KWebb. Yep, comedian. Yep.
This one? No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. This one. There's music.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any music on it, but the picture of me and Corey should have came up first. It was in my timeline.
I don't know what you did. Yeah, I don't know what you did. You need to repost.
All right, I'm gonna repost it.
Okay, and then you also have the YouTube channel. Should we go to YouTube?
Yes, I got my YouTube channel. Go on there. I got my Doritos commercials.
I was watching some of those.
I got my trucking chronicles. I used to drive a truck.
Wait, was it KWebb comedian?
Yes, there it is.
Okay. All right, here's your YouTube channel. And then where's your Doritos commercial?
It should be
under video.
Yeah,
right here.
There it is, right there. Yeah, those two right there, back to back.
Yeah, where?
Well, actually, I have a lot of experience. I recently graduated. I have a BA in accounting. I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. I think this would be great for me in my career.
Yeah. Can't keep doing this.
Would you go to a job interview like that? Somebody just eating Doritos in your face?
Depend on how much it was paying.
All right. You gonna steal the interviewer's Doritos? You're a bold soul.
No,
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what's another one? Let's see.
Doritos.
What's the other? Was it not? You did. It was another one at the front door.
Yeah, the Men Scouts. You got to go to that one. Yeah, go to that one.
This one.
Yes.
Okay.
Who is it? What y'all want?
Hello, sir. We represent the
Men Scouts of America.
Men Scouts of America, and we'd like to know, would you like to make a donation, please?
No. We have Doritos.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay for what you get.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yes. All right. This has been such a pleasure.
All right,
Yes.
I told y'all trucking wasn't no joke. This your boy KWebb. I'm just got chased in the truck with me and my trainer, my dog.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my truck chronicles. That's trucking was crazy.
You have so many babies. Trucker. I mean, you do everything. I was watching that. I was like, that's a whole lot of babies.
Yeah. Well, you know when they say you got as many talents, much is required. Yeah, you just never know. And all those experiences are rolled into something too. So they all have some synergy as well. They're not just haphazardly. And I can cook too. I can bake some stuff.
What's up with Thanksgiving? What you got on the menu? What you got on the menu? I'm
going to eat a sandwich. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just eat. I'm going to make a whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
What?
Yeah, I'm non-traditioning the Thanksgiving this year.
Why is that?
I don't know. I may go see my parents, but if I do cook anything, it's gonna be something small. I need some tater pie. You got that
air fryer. You got that air fryer.
If I air fry turkey, listen, I don't know if that's gonna be good. Especially, first of all, the air fryer container. Why they make the basket so small on the air fryer? You don't want nobody to. Listen, I need air fryers. Whoever designed the air fryer to make I need you to make a big box container, 12-piece size container for the meal, because this little 2-piece size meal thing I got, that's not gonna work. Yeah.
That's okay. Remember we talked about the hand portion, this portion, the size.
Yes. That I can think I get 2 chicken wings.
The meat shouldn't be more than the palm of your hand. That's all the meat you should be having.
I'm gonna have 2 chicken wings. I'm gonna have 2 chicken wings from churches.
With gravy.
From churches. So it's a little bit bigger. I get a regular size piece. Because churches, they'll give you a wing with half the breast on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who cooked church's chicken.
We don't even have churches here in Ohio. I think all our churches are gone.
We gotta listen. Church's chicken hires blind chicken cutters to cut their meat, because all the meat is irregular in size. Like somebody missed the mark about the measurement on church's chicken. Like they got some.
Well, I wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope that you get a good plate of food.
Yes, I'm gonna have to have somebody DoorDash me a plate of food. They DoorDashing Thanksgiving somewhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that are doing Thanksgiving meals. You can pick it up, heat it up at home.
Right. I'm gonna have to DoorDash me a meal. You know what I'm saying? So
you're gonna have a great Thanksgiving. I know that.
Thank you.
I feel that. I prophesy that. I decree and declare that.
I receive it with giblet dressing and gravies. Yes, Jesus. Oh. Hot water, cornbread, and cranberry sauce. Yes, Lord.
It's done. It's done.
Yes. I'm about to shout. You're going to make me shout. Don't make me shout. Hey, I feel it. Hey.
Yes. Well, it was.
Won't he do it?
He will always. We got to wait Just wait.
Well, hey, it's in the oven. It's on the
It's in
way.
the oven. It's in the oven. You gotta wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you for this time and sharing.
Yes. And I will be talking with you soon because I'm serious about you putting me in the productions, helping out.
I got you.
Not on
I got
stage.
you.
I'm the background girl.
I got you.
All right.
Thank you.